Yo, what's good, fam? Welcome to PNP. It is your boy Rashad, one half of PNP, and today we running it back. Sign or Walk series is back. It was a hit last year, and we running it back. This is a series where we take a look at every free agent and we determine whether we sign or walk. And it's not just based off a gut feeling. That's not what we do here. Not at PNP. We don't go based off a gut feeling. We go off of statistical analysis. We go off of numbers. And we give a very educated opinion on whether someone should be back with the Panthers or whether they should walk. Sometimes you get surprises, dude. Sometimes some dudes just ain't worth it. But sometimes you got guys that are worth it. And we're going to go through that. Each player, we got about 4 or 5 statistical categories that we take a look at. And then we jump in to say, to give our determination. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this thing. Sign or walk is back, baby. All right, so we're going to start out with Haason Reddick. If you recall, Haason Reddick came to the Carolina Panthers on a 1-year deal worth $6 million. Right? He gave us the hometown discount because he has a relationship with Matt Rule. Matt Rule goes back to Temple. Haason Reddick goes back to Temple. We know how Matt Rule treats his former players. He wants all those dudes back. He wants those guys back in the fold because he knows how they are. They know him. And I think they can take to his leadership style a little bit better than some other guys. So Haason Reddick, truth be told, is one of the best free agent signings the Carolina Panthers have had in a long time. Like, it's just a fact. The guy came into the Carolina Panthers coming off a 12.5 sack season with Arizona, and then duplicated that effort, almost reaching that goal again, reaching 11 sacks this year. So it's crazy, man. Again, Haason, he successfully transitioned from off-ball linebacker. Remember, when he was with Arizona, they didn't know how to use him until that last year. That last year, they moved him to edge rusher, outside linebacker, and then he took off. Now, how high can his ceiling be? We don't know. I mean, can he get past the 12.5 sacks? Can he be more consistent? Because a lot of his sacks come in bunches, right? He'll get 1.5 sacks per game. He had 5 sacks in one game versus the Giants. Now, can he be more consistent? Now, that's the question we have to answer. And we don't have time to answer that. Now we have to make the determination on whether we're going to sign the guy or not. But the guy has success at getting to the quarterback. 22 sacks since 2020. That's the 4th most amongst all edge rushers. All right, this dude is in rarefied air. Okay, he can also he can set the edge very well against the rush too. Listen, there's a lot of this talk about, oh, we need to beef up on the edge, right? Look at the grades. Look at the PFF scores. I know some of y'all don't trust PFF. That's okay. Look at where the football is being run at. Haason Reddick can stop the run successfully. He can do that. In fact, he put up a 68.9 grade through week 13 of the 2021 season. I think he ended up with a 70.3 run defense grade. Okay, so the guy can defend the run. You don't have to be beefy to stop the run. Sure, yes, the Carolina Panthers do need to get thicker on the edge. Pause. Okay, yes, we need to get some beefier guys, and yes, we need to kind of maybe tweak our scheme a little bit to kind of be conducive of the guys we have. But that does not mean Haason Reddick is not good against the run, because it's not true. Look at the film. Haason Reddick is good against the run. Okay, that's just a fact. All right. Now, again, like I said, we're going to talk about a couple different factors: age, position of value, durability, his asking price, what is his market value, and then is his production replaceable? Are you just going to be able to pick another dude up off the street to replace a Haason Reddick? All right, now let's go ahead and jump into this thing. Now let's kick it off. Age. He checks the age box. My man is only 27 years old. He's in his prime, right? He's playing his best football in his prime. You know, you can see edge rushers play well into their mid-30s. This dude has a lot left in the tank, and I think he's going to sign a deal conducive enough to where he can get another deal. All right, so he'll sign like a 3 or 4 year deal. He'll be like 31, 32, and he'll be able to get another deal if he's still playing relatively well. So he can get paid 2 more times before he actually calls it a career. So before he gets another big contract. That I'm not gonna say call it a career, because he can definitely find a job somewhere. It's just whether he's gonna knock out 2 big contracts in that time or not. So he checks the age box. Position of value. Edge rushers, they are definitely valuable positions. Any positions that affects the most valuable position which is quarterback, is a valuable position, right? So anything that protects the quarterback or disrupts the quarterback is a valuable position. So again, edge rusher is valuable. How are we going to get pressure on the quarterback? How are we going to knock the quarterback down? How are we going to get the quarterback off from being comfortable? Haason Reddick does that. Therefore, and that position does that. That makes the position valuable. So he checks that box as well. How durable is Haason Reddick, you ask? Well, Haason Reddick missed only the first game of his entire career since being drafted in the 2017 NFL draft due to having COVID or being on the COVID list late this year. He played 600 plus defensive snaps for 4 consecutive seasons. So is he durable? You're damn right he's durable. So he checks that box as well. Asking price. This is where it gets tricky. So Haason Reddick, his asking price is going to be high, okay? According to Spot Track, and according to a lot of research I've done, Haason Reddick can see a deal between $15 to $17 million. All right, so let's take a look at a little bit of history in comparison to some guys that he could, his contracts could compare to. So a Devon Kennard, a guy like him, a Matt Judon, a Bud Dupree, a D Ford. Those guys average contracts between 13 to $17 million. So it's going to average out to about $15 million based on age, production, a number of other factors that Spot Track uses to come up with that market value. So he's going to demand a decent payment. You're not going to be able to just sign Haason Reddick to a $10 million deal. That's not happening. I think he'll be able to give us a little bit of a discount. Maybe he comes in at 13 to 14 just because he has a relationship with Matt Rule. But he's played 2 seasons on contract years, right? So on the year he was with the Arizona Cardinals, they let him walk. That was a contract year. He didn't get paid that much. Then he signs a prove-it deal with the Carolina Panthers for $6 million. He just backs that up with another double-digit sack season. So he's in line to get paid, whether it's with the Panthers or whether it's not with the Panthers. He's going to get money. He's proven over a couple of seasons. He's doing things that only solid, very good players do. All right, I'm going to tell you that, tell you what that is in a second. But this guy is going to demand a lot of money. Now, as far as the Carolina Panthers, they're going to have to get creative. And we'll talk about that a little bit later if they would like to keep him. But the asking price is going to be steep. You're not going to be able to just sign him. You're not going to be able to give him a Dollar Tree contract. You're going to have to go to Target or Nordstrom or something like that to step it up a little bit. All right. So Haason Reddick, the asking price is going to be high. It is, but it is what it is. Is his production replaceable? And I have a green check box because no, that production is not easily replaced. All right, so green is good. Red, it means you would be able to replace it easy. So the red X would meaning you'd be able to pick somebody up or draft somebody to replace Haason Reddick. And I don't think you can do that. I know Frankie Louvu is playing he had a great season. Frankie Louvu is awesome. But I do not think he can replace the production that a Haason Reddick put forth over the past 2 seasons. You want to know why? Haason Reddick is in rarefied air. 11 sacks this year, 12.5 sacks last year. There's only 4 other guys that have had double-digit sacks going back to last season. You want to know who those guys are? TJ Watt, Myles Garrett, Trey Hendrickson, Aaron Donald. Let's talk about Trey Hendrickson for a second. Trey Hendrickson is a guy that used to play for the Saints. He had a nice year with the Saints. Said, you know what? We're not paying that man. So he goes and signs a deal with the Cincinnati Bengals and backs it up again. You think the Saints feel good about letting Hendrickson walk? I don't think so. That would be the same thing the Carolina Panthers would do if they let Haason Reddick walk. This guy's put together 2 consecutive seasons that only certain guys have been able to do. And these guys are really good, really talented players, right? They're really talented. And I know this defense, they didn't fare well over the back half of the season. I know there's some issues stopping the run. I know there's issues with that, but I put the onus on the coaches. The coaches have to find a way to deploy Haason Reddick. He is a weapon. He is a weapon along with Brian Burns. Those guys are weapons. You got to figure out how to use them. You can't just line them up and expect them to go out there and stop the run. You got to get creative. You got to find different ways to get them involved and let them go out there and do their thing. I put this on coaching. This is not a talent issue. I've said it a million times with the Carolina Panthers. This is a coaching issue. You have to be able to adjust. You have to be able to put your players in the best position to succeed. That is a coaching issue. You don't let a guy that had double-digit sacks for 2 consecutive seasons walk. And for that matter, you have to sign Haason Reddick. That is a contract signing emoji. You have to sign this man. Sign this man. It makes no sense to let this man walk. You're doing yourself a disservice. You're doing your team a disservice if you let Haason Reddick walk. Yes, we are going to have to get creative. You will have to get creative with this guy. We don't have much cap room. I think we have about $29 million in cap space. You got to save $10 million of that for draft picks. So is it going to be difficult? Yes. Are there other guys you want to sign? Yes. You cannot let Haason Reddick walk under any circumstances. This dude is a cornerstone piece to this defense, and you cannot let. He's a double-digit sack dude for 2 consecutive years. You can't find dudes like that off the streets. You got one. Now it's time to keep him. You have to keep Haason Reddick. Put him in the right position to succeed as far as defensive scheme. Maybe you got to mix it up a little bit. Maybe you got to do something different. But Haason Reddick is worth the keep. He's worth the money you pay him. You cannot let guys like Haason Reddick walk. That being said, I want to know what y'all think in the comments. Would you let him walk? Would you let him stay? How would you handle Haason Reddick, and what would you pay him? That's what I want to know in the comments. So get in the comment section, hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell, get in the comments, let me know what's good. I'm out.